What up guys, it's Sync. How you guys doing? It's a fine day today. Why am I talking like this? Because I have 100 subscribers. Now this made me really excited when I woke up. I started on this right away because I know I told you guys I have something planned. As I said, I make class designs as well and class art. From this day on, I'm going to be posting class designs, my own classes and skills, so you guys tell me what you think about them. Woo. And I need your honest opinion about these classes to let me know that these classes are legit and are the Adventure Quest Worlds worthy. The first one starts right here. Alright guys, this is ManSlayer class. This is a tribute to Taro the Blade Master Guardian. Taro takes you under the wing and shows you the path of purity. This is actually a hybrid class, but what I like to call this is a fusion hybrid. It's my little own thing I made. Now the basis of a fusion hybrid is it's a different type of hybrid. The strength is the same. The intellect and wisdom is swapped. The endurance and luck is lowered a little bit, and the dexterity is increased. Now, what this does is, your strength is the same, but lowers your damage to your skills, but raises your wisdom, which is your hit chance, crit chance, and evasion checks, and dexterity to help you out with even more dodge with that wisdom. So this is a really nice build. I just want to let me know what you guys think of this build as well. Alright, let's talk about the auto attack. Broadsword attack. ManSlayer's brutality allows to hit anyone who gets too close. 2.75 cooldown. Physical auto attack range. When I mean that, I mean your basic auto attack range. Now what this does is this has no AoE cap. Anybody too close is going to get hit in the range. It will also aggro anybody else in this short range, so watch out for that. Alright, the first skill is double edge. The user lays the blade on itself. It slams into the target for moderate damage, acting as a double attack. Guaranteed hit and light damage on yourself. 20 mana, 3-second cooldown. Physical skill, and the range is close. What this is a guaranteed hit that's always gonna land for you. It's kind of like Lycan Savagery or Enforcer's Jackhammer, but this baby can crit. And it's a little bit less than those because those skills do 200% weapon damage. Double edge only does 150, which is still a good chunk of damage here. When you see the other skills and how they perform, you see where this comes into play. Alright, the second skill is Volt Blade. The user shrouds his blade in electricity to inflict moderate damage plus magical damage in a 2-second stun. Minor DOT on yourself from the electrified blade. DOT is damage over time. Mana 20, cooldown 8 seconds. This is a magical and physical move, and the range is medium. When I say medium range, I'm talking like a Dragon Lord's Cursed Blood or Cleave. Now what this is guaranteed 2-second stun every time if this lands. It does about 120% weapon damage plus magical damage, so it does a little bit more. And for classes like Glacial Warlord, this will do more because it has a little extra boost of magical damage on it. But it also puts a minor damage over time on yourself. About 90 damage over time. Like I said, that's a good, pretty. And unstable does not affect the DOT on yourself. No matter how unstable your weapon is, the minor damage on yourself is not going to change at all. Alright, let's talk about the third skill. The third skill is Guardian's Light. This Guardian's Light. Pray to the Guardians for a moderate heal. Adds a blessing to increase the effects of double edge, meaning higher damage, and Volt Blade, a 3-second stun for 15 seconds. 30 mana, cooldown 26 seconds. This is a magical ability, and it's a range of status. When I mean status, you can activate this on yourself without a lock on. What this does, it does a pretty good heal. I'll say it does about a 1.5k crit heal, which is pretty decent for a hybrid. It's kind of like a Alpha Omega's heal meta without the heal over time, basically, and the extra mana from the glow effect. But what this does is it adds a blessing, which increases your first skill, double edge's damage, and adds an extra second on Volt Blade. It's not a lot, but the exceptional damage will raise it just enough for it to deal just a little bit more that it needs to stay healthy and survive. Alright, skill 4, this is the rank 4 passives. Onslaught increases your strength by 15%, and Discipline increases your wisdom by 15%. Now this is straight on, this is ManSlayer. This is designed to end the battle as fast as possible, regardless of its abilities and what it takes on itself. This is just more damage, more hit chance, more evasion, more crit chance, and more attack power for this class. Alright, let's go to the last skill, Divine Speed. The user increases its moving, allowing to run circles around the target, increasing haste and hit chance by 20% and crit chance by 12% for 13 seconds, but raises the opponent's critical strike for the duration. 38 mana, 21 second cooldown. Physical ability, but range of status. Now what this does is, it raises your hit chance, it makes you 20% faster, and your crits hit hard. You have a more chance to crit, but it raises your opponent's critical strike. Not their chance to crit, but if they crit, it's going to do more damage as a critical strike is supposed to do. Now, when you think about all these skills, you have Divine Speed, which but raises your haste. Now you have a hit chance. Your crit chances range for double edge to crit harder. If you get too low, if you get hit by the critical strike, you have your Guardian's Blessing to give you a better heal. And then your stun to hit them just a little bit harder and make them get that decent stun on them to prevent them from hurting you while your Divine Speed is up. Overall, this class is very balanced, and it's one of my favorite classes. I want to know what you guys think about this class. Alright guys, next class is Arctic Slayer. Arctic Slayer is designed to cripple the opponent and kill him with overtime effects. Because they're off, the world end is coming back to try to destroy the world once again. What's the only way to defeat him? Arctic Slayer, the Cold Killer Beast. Now let's talk about the enhancement build. It's the same as ManSlayer, the hybrid fusion build. It's my own enhancement that I created. That's pretty balanced in every which way. Alright, the Wisdom Intellect is swapped. Comparing this to a regular hybrid, the original Intellect and Wisdom is swapped. The Endurance and Luck is lowered. The Strength stays the same, and the Dexterity is raised just a little bit more. Now let's talk about the auto attack. Arctic Strike. It's your basic auto attack, physical 2-second cooldown, close range. But if Black Ice, one of the skills, is on the target, each auto attack has a 25% chance of inflicting chill spine. And what this does is lower your opponent's haste by 20% for 3 seconds. This is a pretty big debuff, and you can get it again and again. It doesn't stack, but this makes the effects longer if you get that lucky. It will restart your opponent's cooldown and be really annoying to the target. Alright, let's talk about the first skill, Chilling Steel. Encase your weapon in ice, striking, dealing DPS, meaning damage per second damage. That lowers your opponent's damage output by 15%. It stacks to 3 and it lasts for 6 seconds. Mana 23, cooldown 4 seconds. It's a physical and magical attack with the range medium. Again, it's like Lycan's Predation and Dragon Lord's Curse Blood and Cleave. It has that exact distance on the skill. Now this is a physical and magical move, so classes with physical and magical damage resistance won't really have power against it, even though it doesn't do a lot of damage. Because a hybrid's only does about light damage, because a hybrid's DPS is only like 116, somewhere around that point, so it doesn't do a lot, but based on the enhancements you have. Alright, the second skill is Searing Frost. Launches frozen fire, hitting up to 3 people for moderate damage. 50-50 chance to apply Frosted, which stuns the target for 4 seconds, or apply Sear, and moderate damage over time for 4 seconds. Mana 14, cooldown 6 seconds. This is a magical skill, and it hits from far. Now this is basically like Evolved Shaman's Freezing Flame. It's just about the same thing, but just it hits a little bit harder, and the DOT is just a little bit more because it doesn't stack from the effects on these skills you use with Elemental Embrace on Shaman. So this is just a solo skill right here, and it's a good AoE spell. Alright, the next skill is Nitrogen Shields. Shrouds itself in liquid nitrogen for 45% damage resistance for 8 seconds. The more the opponents deal damage, the less chance they have to critically strike, which is converted to the user. Mana 23, cooldown 18 seconds, a magical ability, and it's a status move. Now what this does, it gives you a pretty good damage resistance, but how many, based on the damage the opponent does to you for the duration, their chance to critically strike is lowered and raised to you for that same amount. Let's talk about the ring 4 passive. Glacial Shift increases haste by 14%. Cold Core raises all damage by 12%. This is basically good. Increases your haste for better attack speed and lower your cooldowns just a little bit and hit faster, and raises all your damage, your DOT, your basic damage, your auto attack, everything is raised. All your damage is raised with Cold Core, which is more damage. You can't complain with that. Alright, let's talk about the last skill, Black Ice. Engulfs your target in leeching ice for moderately strong damage that hits up to 3 people. Heals an amount based on the damage done. If you hit one person applying Stiffen, this lowers their chance to dodge by 35% for 8 seconds. If you hit more than one person, meaning AoE, it applies Frostburn, another moderate DOT damage over time for 5 seconds, 26 mana, cooldown 12 seconds. And this ranges from far. Now with this skill, if you're in 1v1 PvP and you hit this on the evasive, they're practically screwed. You just cut their haste, cut their dodge in half. And now you have a chance to hit the other skills more fully than anything else. Now, if you AoE, you're able to farm this spell. It's a good farming and a good blood red brawl skill too, because you're able to hit up to 3 people and it'll heal you from all the damage you get. Based on the amount you do, it'll heal you for some of that amount, which is really good. Now with all these skills together combined, you have your Black Ice that heals you for an amount, let's say in PvP. Now you just lower the dodge, meaning more chance for your auto attack to hit, so you can hit Chilling Strike, a chance to hit Chilling Strike, and your Nitrogen Shield for better tanking ability, and a chance for you to raise your critically strike by your opponent hitting you. And also the Freezing Flame, Searing Frost. It's the same thing. Searing Frost. It's just an extra damage boost, an extra stun chance for you to help you with your tanking ability. This class doesn't really do a lot of damage. Searing Frost does about 120 weapon damage. Black Ice does about 200%. Chilling Steel does about 75%, so it's not really, it doesn't hit hard. But the debuffs and overtime effects is what really is the problem with this class, is what people are going to be afraid of. As you see the fusion and hybrid enhancements side by side, nothing's really changed besides the intellect and wisdom factor. They're literally swapped. Wisdom stat becomes intellect, intellect stat becomes wisdom, giving it more hit chance, crit chance, and evasion chance. It evens out with a little bit less luck than usual. It evens out with the wisdom, and the dexterity buff with the wisdom make it a little bit more hard to hit, but less damage to the skills and more on auto attack. By lowering the intellect, it has a little bit lower health than hybrid, but that's okay with the stats. With the way it's built, it focuses on keeping yourself alive more than dealing damage like a hybrid does. This is what AQ needs. We need a new era enhancements. The base enhancements that we have are good, but we need something else. We need a fusion enhancement. Alright guys, that basically wraps it up. ManSlayer was my first class I actually made. Arctic Slayer is one of my most recent classes, and that's my old class art with one of my newer class art. Let me know what you think about the classes. Let me know on Twitter, let me know in the comments. The main thing I want is feedback, and let me know what you guys think about these classes, and are they legit, are they good, would you use them, would you actually use these classes in the game? I'm making classes my life. I love doing it. It's one of my favorite hobbies. I made so many classes, it's not even funny. I'm not even playing. I'm going to continue doing these classes because I have plenty of class hours to do. I have so much work to do. And I love you guys for all the subscriptions and all the views and sharing with your friends. That's what this channel is for, to help you guys and have a little bit of fun on the way. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.
I am my father's son, cause he's a phantom, a mystery, and that leaves me nothing. Many times if you wanted to die, it's too late for me. All you have to do is get rid of me.